Thank you for stopping by The Life of Sassy and checking out my video. Today I'm going to show you the changes I made in my bullet journal for the month of March. I hope you enjoy and let's dive in. Let's take a look at how I'm changing my bullet journal for March. This is my February goals page, my tracking what we need to buy. I have decided to completely revamp this page. A few of the things you're going to notice: this tracker is gone. It's now in my financial tracker, and this is going to move to the cleaning page. But as well, I've changed the layout of this just to make it work a little bit better. Let's flip to the new page and see what I've done. My goals section did not change. It's staying the same. I made the to buy for the house section a little bit bigger because I noticed one of the things was sometimes I wanted to put in smaller things I needed to pick up, but I didn't have enough room. I knew I was going to run out of room with some of the bigger purchases. So I've decided to expand this out so I can include smaller purchases, which sometimes they may be a small purchase. I'm just waiting for the right sale to pick them up, but I feel just this little bit more room is going to help me track. Next, I changed the groceries. I used to have a to buy, which were things that I just pick up that generally I cannot find on sale, and then I had a section to watch for sales. The more I thought about it, I know what we just pick up because we need it, and I know what I'm watching for sales on. So I don't need those to be two separate sections. So I've combined them into one. The only thing I am concerned about is this going to be enough room? I'll try it for March, and if need be, I do have a little bit of space at the bottom here that if I find this isn't enough room, I will expand this grid in April. And lastly, I added a to buy for me. I'm going to be honest here. I am the worst at buying things for myself. I will buy things for the house because we need them. I will make sure that what other people need is taken care of. But I am the worst at buying things for myself. I always put them off. For example, the comforter I bought last month. I've needed that for about 2 months, but every time I go to buy it, I talked myself out of it. I'm going to try and prioritize myself a little bit more. I've set a budget for the year, and part of it I have set aside money to pick up stuff for myself. And as weird as this sounds, I know most people are all about spending less. My goal is to spend some money on myself. So here I'm going to list what I need to buy. Now for certain things, I probably won't get them right away because I am waiting for the right sale, but I need to prioritize me. Back to February's tracker page because I have made some slight adjustments to this one, very slight. I flipped these two and I've added another column over here. This is just showing you what February looked like. I had my water, my meals, my vitamins, dinner. Now let's go to the March page. Here we have my March page. Just some minor adjustments, nothing big. Let's zoom in. So nothing changed with my water. Like I mentioned, I just swapped my vitamins and my meals. I felt it just made more sense to have my meals here since my dinner tracker is here. In my mind, it just made more sense, so I swapped these two, but I've also added a tracker for lunch. I feel like I really struggled with lunches in February, especially if we don't have leftovers on hand, so I really want to make sure now. I don't feel we're completely 100% on track with dinners. March is going to be the test for that because it's going to be an insane month for me. So I still need to track those dinners just to make sure we stay on track with those. But I also want to add in some better lunches. So I'm going to start tracking lunches. Lunches won't quite be the same as dinners because my big thing for dinner is, did we plan it out? Do we have a plan? More so for lunches, I'm looking at, did I get a proper lunch? Because I'm not going to lie, I'm all for snack plates. But there are some days that my lunch is just a little weird. So I'm going to start tracking it. And I'm going to get on track with lunches, even if it means each weekend I need to cook something to have in the fridge just as a lunch option, which I have done in the past and I'm willing to do again. And down the bottom, I just put my dinner ideas again. Although I didn't use it in February, I do think it is valuable. That's just how February laid out, so I'm going to keep that there. And this is my tracker page for March. Here's my sleep tracker for March. There are absolutely no changes to this, except I did add a little bit more color. I was feeling more colorful when I made this, but there are no changes to the actual tracker. To be honest, I don't see there ever being any changes unless I want to start tracking when I actually go to bed versus when I fall asleep. But even then, I would just use a different color to color in. So this tracker stays the same. The same with my work tracker. I really don't see much of a change ever coming to this one. I already color code it for the days I work from home, the days I'm in a branch, and I do include my travel time when I go to our out-of-town branches, which include me being in my car for over 2 hours one way, but I don't see this changing. I did contemplate adding a fourth color for when I am training new staff, but for now I'm going to keep the in-branch and the training the same color. If I see a need to, I might change that in the coming months, but the actual tracker here, the layout will not change. Now, the one thing I did do on my sleep tracker and this one is I did just make the boxes a little bit bigger, because honestly, the joy of a bullet journal is coloring in these little squares. Nothing makes me happier than coloring in the little squares. This was February's cleaning tracker. You're going to notice I didn't make a lot of changes. I just made a couple of subtle changes, but we'll go over those now. Here is my March tracker. My daily, my weekly, my bi-weekly, week A and B did not change, nor did my weekly project section. In the monthly, I did add washing my microfiber cloths. I am horrible, I admit it. I know you're not supposed to wash microfiber cloths with Downy. Or sorry, I should say fabric softener. We use Downy. You might use a different brand. I know microfiber cloths are not supposed to be washed with fabric softener, but the load was always so small, I just felt like I couldn't justify giving them their own load. So what I did last month is I bought more microfiber cloths, and I have set up a basket in our basement just for microfiber cloths that when they're dirty, I toss them in that basket. And then originally my goal had been to wash them bi-weekly. I have discovered I might have gone a little overboard on the microfiber cloths. I'm thinking I can get away with doing it monthly. We'll see. I may have to move it to bi-weekly, or I may have to buy another pack of microfiber cloths because I am kind of liking the whole let's wash them monthly. We'll see how it goes. We'll update you in April, but that is the only real change I made there. Now, the other thing I did change, let's go up a little bit. Instead of having my weekly project ideas on the first page, I decided to move it to the page where I track my weekly projects. Originally, I don't know why, I didn't think I would have the space on this page, but I do. Now, if my cleaning ever changes and additional things are added, I might have to move this, but it just makes more sense to have it here, so I added that in. This page got a total revamp for March. It was probably about halfway through February. I was looking at this page plus this page and this page and decided they just were not working for me and I needed to change them in March. So let's jump ahead and I will show you my new tracking sheets for March. This is the first new page. I have taken those 3 pages and broken them down differently and combined them. Let's go through and break it down. So originally on this page, we had my me time, which used to only be reading and crochet. I've also added bullet journals. Guys, I know it may sound funny to some, but I swear bullet journals are changing my life. I currently have 4 or 5 bullet journals. I have this one. I've started a financial bullet journal. Now, I know a lot of people include that in their regular bullet journal. I'm a little bit funny about finances. I don't know what it is. I am funny about finances. They bring me anxiety. So I've done it in a separate journal just to see how it goes. I now also have a smart journal. I also now have a bullet journal for my SMART goals at work. This year at work, we have to have 3 SMART goals that we have to accomplish by our review next year. So Ashley, being Ashley, was like, well, if I've got to do this, I'm going to turn it into a bullet journal. And I did. As well, our current large project we have going on, which is our system upgrade, I have turned that into a bullet journal as well. And I feel like I have another one for something else that I can't think of right now. So I have found a lot of times instead of crocheting at night, I'm working on a bullet journal. So that's why I gave a bullet journal its own calendar. Reading stayed. I always try and get some reading in during the day. Again, none of these, I don't have a time frame. It's not like I need a minimum of 30 minutes. Sorry, guys. I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't want to set a time. I don't want to say, well, you have to read for 30 minutes. Then it becomes a to-do instead of something for me. So I added the bullet journal. I still have my reading, and I am hopeful I can get back to crochet. Although I'm not sure if it'll be March, it might be April, just because March is going to be next level with work. Then, originally, this one only had my crochet tracker. I went ahead and added Life of Sassy for my stories, reels, and YouTube onto this page. I want this to be like my main tracking page for my me time and my social media, so I've turned it into one page. And for my crochet page, I have my stories and reels. I'm really hoping to increase this, but that might be a challenge in March. And then originally I had all of my ideas broken down. I had my crochet reel ideas. I had YouTube ideas. I had Life of Sassy ideas, all broken down into their own little box on different pages. What I'm going to do instead is now I just have ideas. And instead of breaking them into separate boxes, I'm going to color code them. So anything for the reels on Life of Sassy might be in pink. Anything for YouTube will be blue. Reels for my crochet page might be purple. I haven't picked the colors yet, but this is my idea. Instead of having multiple boxes, I'm just going to color code them. So if I look at it, oh, it's a blue idea. That must be for YouTube. Did I do it? Next, we have my posting tracker. I'm going to show you this and then I'll take you back and then we will discuss. So let's go back and look at what this page looked like in February. This was February's page. In February, I had it broken down into Life of Sassy, stories, reels, YouTube, my crochet page with stories and reels. Now, I'm going to be honest, at the end of January, I started thinking, do I really need the stories? I didn't use it in January. Again, I didn't use it in February. Also, as I was going through the month, I started realizing for the reels that I just felt I didn't have enough space here. So originally my thought was, well, we'll knock out stories and increase reels. But then as I started thinking about it further, I came up with my plan for March. I am just going to have a whole page for a tracker. And again, like my ideas, I'm just going to have one page and I'm going to color code it. And it will be the same color code as the one on the back. I probably should have decided the colors before I came into this video, but that will be a project for this afternoon. But again, yeah, if it's a reel for the Life of Sassy, it'll be in purple. If it's for YouTube, it'll be in blue, and so on and so forth. This way, I'm not limiting myself that, if this month has a lot of reels, let the reels take it up. If I find that I only have 2 or 3 for YouTube, so be it. But this way, I just feel like it gives me more space and more freedom that I'm not confined to, well, is it a story? Is it a reel? Is it YouTube? This way, whatever I record, I've got a space to record it. And you know what? Next month, if I find out that this full page isn't enough, I'll create a second page. But again, it's just going to come down to color coding it because I think that is going to work better for me. And the last page in my journal is my video tracker for YouTube. Originally, my goal for the end of February was to have all of these videos done and either posted or ready to be posted. Since they're not, I'm honestly contemplating, do I recreate this page or do I just keep using February's page for March? Haven't decided yet, but either way, if I recreate it, it's going to be exactly the same. I'm not changing this page up. So I will figure out what I'm going to do. I still have a couple days left in the month to figure it out. But as you can see, I did make some subtle changes for March. And this is why I love bullet journaling. You're not stuck to a format in a planner. I can see things that aren't quite working for me and I can tweak them. And this is just, like I said, Why I love the bullet journal is because it's 100% customizable to what I am doing. So this is March's bullet journal. I'll be back in about a month to let you see how I did. Thank you for stopping by the Life of Sassy and seeing how I've updated my bullet journal for March. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. That just lets me know you're enjoying this content. And if you're not part of my YouTube family, please consider joining by clicking that subscribe button down below. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day, everyone.